This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. First off, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation to my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. So, indeed, the days that we are in and that we are coming into are indeed evil, man. You know? And as we always go into, that word evil is a compound word. Evil meaning, Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. So it's a bad time that we're coming into, man. You know, so I came across this article today from RT, and it reads, man chews on victim's face in berserk attack. You know, so these are the evil times that we're coming into, man. You know, so I'm gonna read some of this article, get a few scriptures, and Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. So it says, bizarre details of the assault on an elderly man emerge after interrogation. A 25-year-old Oregon resident is in custody after an attack on an elderly man, with police saying the victim was left with gruesome injuries after his assailant chewed off one of his ears and a large portion of his face. The Gresham Police Department detailed the harrowing incident on Tuesday, saying that the police officers responded to a call about a possible stabbing just after 2 a.m. local time near a train platform in Gresham, where witnesses said they saw a significant amount of blood. When they arrived, the suspect was still on top of the victim, continuing the attack, but was quickly subdued and arrested. You know, so it just sounds like some damn zombie movie, man. You know, let's get this real quick. And this is all from the Lord, man. Let's get this. This is Amos 3:6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil, a bad time in a city, and the Lord have not done it? Right? Everything comes from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. This is why you should fear, man. Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. It says, turning their attention to the victim, a 78-year-old man who was not named by the police, officers discovered horrific wounds, including some so severe that responders could see the victim's skull, man. Look at this. Hey, let's get this real quick. Job 18:14, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors, man. This is Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, the king of terror, man. That's terrible, you know. It says one of the man's Salakia. Let's turn this down a little bit. It still seems like it's damn loud. There we go. That's a little better. It says one of the man's ears was also missing, apparently gnawed off by the perpetrator, man. Goodness gracious. During interrogation, the attacker later told police he believed the elderly man was a robot who was trying to kill him, and that he was able to determine this by the victim's scent. According to local media, he reportedly admitted to using various drugs, including alcohol, cannabis, and fentanyl, a powerful synthetic opioid, man. You know, so Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi sent this demon to come after this 78-year-old man, right? This is Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. Is that not sore strokes? So severe that responders could see the victim's skull. One of the man's ears was also missing, apparently gnawed off by the perpetrator. Right? That's a sore stroke right there, man. Which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. Who made them? Yahawah, Bahasham Yahawashi, man. You know, they are a terror, man. You know, this is why you have to have fear of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, man. Let's continue on. It says, while police said the suspect initially provided a false name, he was later identified as Corin Kramer, 25, who had recently moved to the Portland area from Georgia and now faces a second-degree assault charge. Investigators have not suggested any motive for the vicious assault and said they would attempt to determine whether illicit drugs played any part in the suspect's actions. Kramer's first court appearance came on Wednesday when he pleaded not guilty to the charge. He will be held without bail until his next hearing. It says this case shares similarities with another cannibalistic attack in Florida in 2012 that garnered national headlines, in which assailant Rudy Eugene maimed his victim by biting off parts of his face, dubbed the Miami Zombie. Eugene was initially believed to be in the grips of drug-induced psychosis at the time of the attack, which multiple media outlets suggested he was a user of bath salts. Through toxicology reports later failed to though toxicology reports later failed to detect traces of the drug in the system, man. But you know, this is the times that we're coming into, man. You know, and what really, you know, besides the terribleness of what's happening, what also came to mind is cannibalism is coming back, you know. So let's get this. Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the archangel, right? The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book, man. So it's going to be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time, man. So you're talking about all types of hell on earth, literally. You know, you got the different robots, dogs and robots that, you know, they're going to strap with guns. And, you know, in California, they was going to pass some law to allow robots to kill people. You know, this is the world that we're coming into, man. You know, and you got all these people on fentanyl and you know, these synthetic opioids, and they're being used by Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi to bring hell on people, man. You know, but also cannibalism, because of shortness of food, is gonna come back, man. And I got a quick you know, scripture just talking about how bad it got before and how bad it will get once again, man. Just to have a somewhat of a, how do I say it, mental picture of it, you know. So this is an article that came out yesterday. It says Serbia issues grim prediction for 2023. President Alexander Vučić has warned of food and energy shortages due to anti-Russia sanctions. You know, says the U.S., EU, and China face serious economic struggles in 2023, which is shaping up to be more difficult than the previous year. Serbian President Alexander Vučić warned on Wednesday. Belgrade is trying to stock up on basic food supplies as the world is likely to face shortages, he added. Soon, he added. He says, quote, I expect 2023 to be much more difficult than 2022, Vucic told reporters in Belgrade. The U.S. Federal Reserve has raised interest rates. China's growth rate has slowed. The EU is approaching a recession, he added. We're a part of that chain, so that will impact us as well, man. So things are getting bad, man, and the food shortages are continuing to increase, man. 2023 is not going to be better than 2022, man, and these foolish people are going to find that out very soon. So this is from Yahoo Finance. It says, start thinking of alternatives to these 6 foods in 2023. They'll be in short supply. Right, this was published January 3rd, a couple days ago. 2023, the hopeful year that all the prophecies shall be fulfilled, man. So it says, it was a bad year for food shortages in 2022, with categories including eggs and baby formula hit hard. Unfortunately, 2023 could see its own batches of food shortages. Here's what consumers should start stocking up now before prices soar and products likely become harder to find on store shelves. So I want to, bring attention to you, brothers and sisters. Think about this: prices soar, right? Because it's supply and demand. So the less you have of something, the more, or the harder it is to get something, the more valuable it is, right? The same, basically the same concept that Jordan, the Jordans use sneakers. They only sell a certain amount at a certain time, and then it completely goes away. So then people have to fight and to get these this product, these sneakers. You know what I mean? They do this. It's the same thing. So as the scarce, it becomes more and more scarce, the price will continue to go more up and up. And then when you talk about other factors such as the price of fuel for the truckers and whatnot, and the price for them to get it to the store, then naturally that would make, they have to charge the store, the trucker or the supplier has to charge the store more, which means that the store has to charge the consumer more. It all, as they say, shit rolls downhill, man. You know what I'm saying? So it says corn. It says historically, Ukraine has been one of the world's leading providers of corn, but that's all changed since Russia's invasion, which has no end in sight. As such, we'll be seeing less corn. This is a pretty major issue, since corn is an ingredient in so many other American products, including chips, salad dressings, and even soda, right? So that's a major blow to Babylon, man, already. Then bread, flour, and wheat shortage are likely on the horizon, largely because of the ongoing war in Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine account for close to 20% of the world's cereal grain production. Yep, and it just keeps on going. Vegetable oil. Several vegetable oils, canola oil, sunflower oil, soybean oil, and palm oil are expected to be in short supply over the next several months. This is due to a few factors, including Indonesia's decision to halt the exportation of palm oil and continuing droughts around the globe, man. So Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi are moving, man. This place is being broken down brick by brick, man. Baby formula. The ongoing baby formula shortage is expected to last through the spring of 2023, according to a recent report from Reckitt Benkitzer, Slovakia, the maker of baby formula giant Enfamil. Reuters reported the shortage is persisting mainly because the issues that led to the initial shortage last year, including the pile of recalls and labor shortages, led to such a monumental supply shock. Champagne, right? So the mirth of the land will be ceasing more and more. So all you simpletons who always want to just party and bullshit, there's gonna be shortage of champagne, man. Shortage of popping bottles, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you got your fill of champagne on New Year's Eve, because 2023 is looking a bit dry on the bubbly. There has been a huge surge in consumer demand for champagne between 2020 and 2021. U.S. sales leapt by nearly 64%, according to Comité Champagne, and demand persisted through 2022. This put stress on champagne producers, who are now struggling to keep up with supply, man. And last, canned pet food. If ever there was a time to start making your own pet food, it's now. Thanks to an aluminum shortage, canned pet food could be harder to come by in the new year. Now, they put human, I guess you would say, food and aluminum cans too. So as aluminum shortage, that means that they're not saying it right here, but if there's really an aluminum shortage, that means that they're not going to be having canned goods for people either very soon, you know? Hey, so Ephesians 5 and 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil, man. And the Lord said that these things would happen, man. Let's get that real quick. I'll get a little bit of that story in the Bible, what was going on with the famines, let's get Matthew. And this is how we know Yahawah is soon to send Yahawashi, because all these things, all these signs we're seeing, Let's start at 3. Matthew 24:3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, let's get that, saying, tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world, right? And the world goes into age, right? The end of Esau's rule, right? End of the heathen rule. 4th verse. And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? We just read in here that they pretty much kept talking about the whole war with Russia and Ukraine. Pretty much almost every other couple sentences they kept talking about it. So you hear wars and rumors of wars, right? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise up against nation, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, right? We just read about famines. They're talking about a new variant coming out, and earthquakes, constant earthquakes all over the place, in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So redeeming the time, because the days are evil, man. So this is just to paint a picture of how bad it's gonna be, because we have to remember that the elites are doing this on purpose, because as that devil was it Henry Kissinger said, he who controls the food controls the people, right? And they've known, because they accomplished a diligent search, that this is a way of controlling the people, through the food. So this is from 2 Kings 6:24. It says, the siege of Samaria, cannibalism. And it reads, and it came to pass after this, that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his hosts, right, his army, and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and 4 part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver, right? So I was looking at this, right? So just to put it in perspective, how much silver they had to, it was for a donkey's head, and for dove's dung, right? So if you get it right here in the NIV, right, it says there was a great famine in the city. The siege lasted so long that a donkey's head sold for 80 shekels, right? And if you look up 80 shekels, that is about 2 pounds or about 920 grams of silver for a donkey's head. 2 pounds, right? And then if you see over here for the dove dung, it's about 2 ounces or about 58 grams of silver, right? Did it say of silver? Yeah, I believe it's of silver. You know? So what did it say over here? That the price, where did it say it at? That's lucky. Where are you? Where did I see it? Salakia. Just wanted to make that point real quick. Already do recurring close to 28%. Where is it? This is due to fewer factors. Because of issues. Maybe it was over here. It's lucky. Raise interest rates. I can't find it. Salakia, but the prices of everything will continue to go up. You know, that's what I wanted to focus on. I can't find it right now, but yeah, that's, you know, that's what's happening. And as the scriptures say, let's get that. This is Ecclesiastes 1:9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun, right? So this is history repeating itself, man. So let's get this. 2 Kings 6:26. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If the Lord Yahawah do not help thee, whence shall I help thee? If the Lord didn't help you, how am I supposed to help you? Basically what he's saying, out of the barnyard or out of the winepress. And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her that on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. Right? So the point is that it's going to be so bad that people are going to resort to eating their own children, man. You know? And each other. You know? Because of the great famine that's coming. Yahawashi said it. That ye shall, and there shall be famines. The Lord said that there will be famines. And we just read shortages of food. You know? Start thinking of alternatives to these 6 foods in 2023. They'll be in short supply. Serbia issues grim prediction for 2023. President has warned of food and energy shortages due to anti-Russia sanctions, man. So this is the time that we're coming into, man. So let's get this last little bit. I just wanted to read a little bit of this. Here it goes. This is the point I wanted to get. So this is basically the study into what we just read in 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, right? 6 and 28 and 29, pretty much. So it says, Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his army and went up and besieged Samaria. Though the kindness of Elisha and the king of Israel changed the heart of the Syrian raiders, it did not change the heart of the king of Syria. He launched a large full-scale attack against his neighbor to the south. He used the common method of attack in those days against securely walled cities. Excuse me. He besieged Samaria. A siege was intended to surround a city, prevent all business and trade from entering or leaving the city, and to eventually starve the population and to surrender. And that's exactly what these devils are doing right now. Right? Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that. Let's see, Salakia. Here we go. Let's see. Matter of fact, let's get images. Let's see this goddamn devil. He who controls the food. There goes this devil right here. Who controls the food supply controls the people. Who controls the energy can control whole continents. Who controls money can control the world. Henry A. Kissinger. This piece of shit devil right here, man. Right? This is what they're doing, right? It says, and to eventually starve the population and to surrender. And this is the point that I wanted to get. There was a great famine in Samaria. The siege strategy successfully starved Samaria. The famine was so bad that a donkey's head or dove droppings became so expensive that only the rich could afford them, man. You know, so that's how bad it's about to get here in Babylon, man. You know? And that's just one of the things that are coming, because there are going to be all these different spirits that are created for vengeance out here. There's going to be storms and tempests. There's going to be all types of calamity that are going on in the world, man. And the only way to escape is to have Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi on your side, man. You know? So, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham Rakakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, who taught me the truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To all, I want to say shalom. I want to say DTA, Abab, Babal, and Kwam Yasharallah. Hey, shalom. To the next one.